Please call the roll.
Blaze. McGrath. Here. Graham. Here. Burke.
Here.
Miller.
Here.
Heller. Sullivan.
Here. Please stand and join me in pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We shall start with public comments. Mr. Poters. Eric Potter's 740 Foster Street. I have to just hand some stuff out. I've got information for all the board members. One more for Audrey. In this folder, I've done some research after getting a disturbing phone call from the West. There was a gentleman out in front with a teacher and the teacher's attorney, and there was some yelling and screaming going on and hands waving. And then on Saturday, I got a disturbing email due to my dissemination of information to area teachers. I've got a database of approximately 3,000 people. In your hands, you have a police report for February 3rd, 2010. It's for informational purposes. It's in reference to somebody trying to run over this teacher in the parking lot here at Main South. And if you look at page 6 of 6 on the report, it shows that 40 hours was done with this investigation and it was closed. And I've been getting several phone calls from numerous people in the district that are concerned because this person, I guess, has been transferred from what they know from Main South to Main West. And due to what happened last week, there's a lot of concern. And in an email last week that I received from the administrator, it said something in reference to the ISBE and the US DOE, which I'm assuming is the Department of Education. So I'm going to be hopefully facilitating more information to you. I will not do it by email as directed by the superintendent. I will do it in person, most likely next month. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comments? Okay, any updates from board members? Okay, Mr. Superintendent? Save the post office mural.
Yes. There's a group in town that is trying to save what used to be the old post office mural here in Park Ridge. It was up at its last showing. It was up at the District 64 office, which is a former post office in Park Ridge. It ended up in the hands of Paul Carlson, who was a longtime District 207 teacher, and there's a group here in town that's trying to restore it. So what I'd like to do is just send some information out to board members. If you're interested in donating, I've already sent information out to members of the staff of District 207, and a number of them have already donated. I think it's going to cost about $38,000 to get the mural restored, and they're about 40% of the way there to restore the mural. And what the group would like to do is put the mural up in the post office in Park Ridge, and then also from time to time post the mural at various schools in District 207. So kind of a nice cause. The mural is historical representation of the transfer of land from Indians and Dakota settlers. And as I said, I will send some more information out to board members on that.
I believe Mr. Carlson, we gave teacher notice status or something.
Yes, we did.
After retired for 50 years. He was a great Berkeley historian. So I remember him as a kid, of course. Well, no, it's no longer attached to the walls.
They
wouldn't be a permanent. It wouldn't be a permanent location.
I think what the group wants to do is they want to post it in the current library in Park Ridge, and then be able to move it into buildings for temporary display.
Next, 2011-2012 federal E-rate program reimbursement.
It's your initials, Mr.
Sorry about that.
That's helpful.
Would you like me to?
Yeah.
Yes, yes, because you know more about it than I do.
This is a yearly rebate of telecommunications funds. We've been receiving it every year since I came to the district. We're just informing you as to the amount and that we are still receiving it. It's based on pretty complex federal allocation tables based on our telecommunications usage and connected to our per-use launch percent.
You want to keep going since you're already talking with presentation on electronic board documents?
Sure. In your, if you go past all of the E-rate stuff, you'll see a handout from board docs. I know that several board members have mentioned this. Alden saw it with us at a conference a couple of years ago. I know a couple other board members have made mention of it. And then there's been a lot of communication about how do we electronically get this information out to be more transparent to people out there as to our documentation and board books. So what I wanted to show you is an example of a free version of what the scaled down board docs would offer, which is basically digitizing our paper board books, putting them up online, the public portion of the board books, putting them up online so that they'd be searchable, so that people could find the content inside of them pretty easily and be available out there. So this is an example that Jenny and I worked on last month's board book. And a lot of the materials that Jenny gets is in the form of PDFs, which then we dragged into folders on her desktop, and then we uploaded that folder up to Google. And our Google Docs are the property of us because they're education accounts. And this is kind of what it looks like. So you see basically the board book digitized with all of the tabs going down in numerical order and ending with the order of business, which is sent out prior to the board meetings. So that's the basic end of what board docs would offer.
How's the security handled on this?
Security is handled through Google. The only people that have access to it is whoever Jenny gives access to it. She owns it, the district owns it, and then it's secured with Google's standards of security, which are top notch.
So password protected.
Absolutely. Yeah. This version of the side that's been made public, so this is what it would look like to the public if they went to access it. It's view only. They can't make any edits to it or changes. They can just view it and search it, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty similar to what the basic version, the light version of board docs does. There's a couple other bells and whistles, but not much beyond this. The pro version of board docs, which goes all the way over the other gamut, is recognized as the most robust version of electronic board documentation, which allows searching across all public board docs, not just ours, but other boards. It allows each board member to annotate on the digital copies. It allows for electronic voting. You can read the whole list there. It's off to the right-hand side descriptions of the features. It's also much more expensive than free.
So how much is much more
It's
expensive?
about $12,000 a year.
That's much more expensive.
Yes.
Okay.
Plus another $1,000 to set it up.
Well, I'd be very encouraged if we started with free.
And isn't there is the lesser version of the board docs was about $2,000, wasn't it, somewhere in that neighborhood?
Yeah, I think it's about $3,000 a year.
Now, is it basically the same thing as Google?
It's a little bit more than this, but not much.
Not enough to...
Not enough to, yeah. If you were going to get started in that, I'd say get started with this, see how that works. And then the next logical step would be to add the more robust features like annotation and the archiving and those kinds of pieces that go with it. I've given you a little slip on your, in the hopes of conserving paper, I gave you a little slip like this. This takes you online to this interface, so you can see, you can play around with it, click through it, see kind of how it works.
Yeah, question for other board members. Have any of you used similar in any other board? Have any of you used this on any other board that you served on?
I use Google Docs, and I find it to be very useful.
The last year or so that I was on the library board in Des Plaines, we started using this, and it was so much easier for me to navigate through. Here, I feel like I'm always turning back and forth and looking back and forth. There, you just push a button, and there you are. It seemed to me like it was a lot easier to follow through. Plus, you can, if you want to, accumulate a whole year on your computer so that if you want to look back, it's very easy as opposed to carrying around these stacks of
And
papers.
storing
Yeah.
those steps.
Exactly.
This would allow you to search, the free version, the Google version, would allow you to search back through prior meetings as well. However, the feature that a lot of people like in the pro version of Board Docs is the follow me button, which if you're messing around or, jumping around inside of your board book looking for something, when you go to get back on track with the meeting, you can click the follow me button and jump right to the point in the meeting that you're at.
Any other questions? Consensus on maybe starting with this for October, with the free version?
So with that, in terms of hardware then?
How are we gonna look at it?
Yeah, how are we gonna look at it?
Since it's Google Docs, you can access this from any device.
We're talking about here, when we're sitting here. how
You
are we
would
looking?
probably have to put a laptop in front of the board.
Yeah, if you wanted to work from the electronic document, we'd have to put some kind of device here.
Unless we're gonna work from it, there's no point in doing it.
Yeah, and and then if I make, we don't have the ability to annotate, which is, I write
That's-
notes on the margin of my stuff.
Right.
So that's what I want to discuss, but that's I have questions about.
This does not offer the annotation features that the full version of Board Docs would. This would be a read-only look at the documents.
Okay, so I can download them as a PDFs and,
You could,
PDFs
yes.
now allow me to put comments in them, things like that.
Yes, or Jenny could also just circulate it as one PDF document as well.
Well, I don't want to use massive
Okay.
PDF documents. That's okay.
Yes, you could download that whole collection as one folder to your desktop and annotate in Adobe.
I don't mind trying it out.
I'd like to give it a try.
Okay. Go for it.
Now,
Go for
October.
October the free.
Optional. I think people should decide if they want to.
we would still have the book, that we could work both.
Sure.
When you say, it has to be downloaded at some point a week ahead of time, you put it on, we can then download it a week ahead of time?
May not be a week ahead of time, but
It would have been whenever you would have received
On the Friday before?
the
whatever.
paper version. We could make the digital version available at that point as well.
Jenny, I have a question for you. How many books do you produce now, and how many books if we went this way? Let's say boards still on paper. What's the difference in number of books you
Well,
produce?
we produce 25 right now, which includes 5 or 6 for the press, I think 6. So it would just depend on how many wanted to still receive.
So it could be from
Maybe
25
half.
or 26 down to however many board members, right? And, well, would you have a couple of papers for files, or?
Probably would have to have one for file, maybe go down to 10 if it was just the board members possibly.
I'd survive without one, so now you're down to 9.
Okay.
I'll take a chance, as long as there's 4 of them here, I feel that we would be able to survive even a technology crash. So,
I think we have to keep one paper one.
Would it save you time and energy?
No, not necessarily that, because I still have to produce the book, and Docutech is the one that runs them, puts them together for
but
me.
it'll save a tree or 2.
It will save paper. It will save paper.
Would it save by the next year when we roll these over your final documents and easily to,
It probably would make it a lot more convenient to search past documents rather than go through
Yeah.
books and go through, the way I do it now is go through agenda to find out what we discussed at that meeting, and then I can pull that book. So it would make it a lot easier, I think, coming to that.
Any other comments or questions?
about the